Hi everyone, welcome to another YDFLive show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of YourDigitalFormula.com, a program to help you grow your audience, share your message and transform your business. Today we're going to be talking about manifestation marketing. And it's not something you'll often hear about in business, but for me it's a big part of my business, so I want to talk about it today. I've kind of resisted talking about it before and I've kind of touched on it in a way, but I wanted to talk about it today because I've got a wee story to tell that kind of illustrates this perfectly, and it's something I just learned about this morning. And I'll tell you a story to illustrate this first before kind of going through it. Now, over the last few months, I've been thinking, okay, what's the best way to kind of grow a business overall, and grow your brand and grow everything else. Obviously, what we do online, doing these live shows, doing your kind of normal marketing, the landing page and everything on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and all of that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's really, really important. But there's obviously ways beyond that you can grow a business and get your name out there and be known to more people. And when I say more people, I don't mean more of the people that are potential buyers. I'm talking about more people that you could potentially collaborate with, i.e. bigger names in the industry, bigger names in your niche, for example. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about, and I thought the best way is to start doing speaking, to kind of get yourself out there and start speaking on kind of big name platforms or even smaller platforms just to get used to it. So I've been thinking about it for a couple of months and I kind of put it off. And the other day I was kind of book shopping. It was my annual book shop because I got vouchers for Waterstones for my Christmas from my son, and I had £75 worth of books, or £75 worth of vouchers. So I bought 5 books and it came at £71. I'll show you them actually, just in case you're interested. The first one is Smarter, Better, Faster. That is the first one from Charles Duhigg, and his first book was really, really good as well. So that's the first one I bought. I'm just going to do this very quickly. And this is from James Watt. Is it James Watt? Yep, James Watt, and it's called Business for Punks. I think that's going to be a really good book. I always kind of buy business books. There's not really much kind of fiction that I read. It's always kind of business books. So that's the first one. Play Bigger is another one that's kind of about business as well, and just about kind of enduring companies, how they last and stuff like that as well. And the other one is by Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans. And it's like a kind of playbook for everything, kind of business, health, mind, psychology, everything. I just love Tim Ferriss. I think he does amazing stuff and he goes really in depth about things. And the other book I've not got in here is from Andy Harrington, and it's about passion to profit, and he's speaking about doing speaking gigs around the world and getting paid well for it. So I bought that book because I knew I've been thinking about speaking for a while. And I thought, right, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a plan into motion. I'm going to set it. I'm going to start believing in it. And then something will come about. So I was speaking to Maria about this in a business meeting the other day. And so I kind of put it out there, and I got a message the other day on my Facebook page, on the CYT page, to ask if I want to come and speak in Q8. Now, I'm not going to go to Q8. Obviously, I think it's too volatile just now. But for me, that is a sign. That's just a sign, because I literally kind of put it into my head and really put it out there into the universe, if you will, and put it out there, and I got this message back like a day later. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do Q8, and I told Maria about this. It's too dangerous to go and speak in Q8, and there was something a bit iffy about it as well. I didn't know if there was something dodgy about it, but I thought, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually put it into motion. So I started thinking about it. I started visualizing myself on stage, not a kind of particular stage at Social Media Examiner or something like that. I'd like to do that, but just a kind of big stage, and there was a lot of people there. I started getting the feelings and started changing my energy towards it, and started the kind of belief process of starting to believe I can actually do this. And this I was doing kind of last night and the day before. And this morning I got a message from somebody as well to speak. They were asking me if I want to speak at the college, the local college. It's a college, it's literally about 1 mile away from me. I could walk to it in 10-15 minutes. And I got this message saying, do you want to speak at the college? I'm a beauty therapist and I'm a kind of lecturer for teaching beauty therapists, but they're in their 4th year and they want, I'm looking for somebody to kind of give them a little bit of inspiration and motivation to say they can do it. And she'd watched a video of mine and she came across it totally by accident. And she said, would I like to speak? And I said, I don't know if you know, but I'm only literally a mile away from you. And I said, so I asked for more information about it. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll get something put together and I'll speak to the kind of girls that are hoping to go into business as beauty therapists and hopefully give a great talk. But for me, that's just a sign. It's another sign to say, we're listening to you. The universe is just kind of listening. It's sending back a message saying, here you go. Here's your starter, just to prove that we're listening to you. Bigger things are on their way. And I thought, this just constantly astounds me. And I've done this for years. I've done this kind of in business and my personal life, particularly my personal life. And even starting this business was all about because of manifestation. And I just thought I'd share that story with you as an illustration of how manifestation and kind of business, the logic of business, they're not necessarily a separate thing altogether. You can mix the two and become a kind of a spiritual warrior, a spiritual entrepreneur, if you like. And I called it manifestation marketing because I didn't know what else to kind of call it, the title of this. And I just thought it was really apt. And that story kind of perfectly illustrates what I'm going to be talking about as well. So manifestation marketing, what the hell is it? First of all, manifestation, what is that? Manifestation is where you consciously think about something that you want to happen in your life and you start to change your beliefs and you start to change your kind of energy around that kind of belief as well. And what happens when you change your energy around that belief? Something kind of magical happens. When you change your energy towards it, your energy projects it outwards. I'm not just talking a meter, a couple of meters, or 10 meters. Sorry about the barking for the dog. I'm talking about literally all over the world. It can touch somebody across the other side of the world. Don't ask me how it works. I just know it does work. I've been practicing it for years. It works tremendously well. And when you do this, when you can change your energy around a particular belief, around a particular thought, then things start to happen. However, you've got to get up off your arse and take some action. You've got to get up off your arse. So me taking action was buying that book, reading the book. I'm halfway through it already. Reading the book and starting to think about the ideas that I could get to become a speaker around the world and get paid for it as well. And that is the action I took. And then I started searching online, okay, well, should I get an agent, a speaker's agent or something like that? Or should I just try local and just kind of practice the art of speaking in front of kind of big crowds and stuff like that just now, before I really kind of manifest a big stage, things like Social Media Examiner or something like that, Social Media Summit in Los Angeles and places like that. So that's going to happen. And I would love to do a TED talk, and that's going to happen as well. I just don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know why, but it's going to happen because I've manifested it, because I've thought about it and I'm thinking, I truly believe this is going to happen. I know it's going to happen. My energy has changed totally towards that. Whereas before I kind of thought about it and I was thinking, no, I'm too busy with YDF, I'm too busy with this, I've got this to do, I've got that to do. So my heart wasn't truly in it. Now my heart is truly in it, and I've kind of opened up myself to allow this to happen and truly happen. And I've just got the first sign back kind of this morning. I just opened that message this morning and it was brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm constantly amazed by it as well. So what are the steps for manifestation marketing in your business? And please don't think this is airy-fairy as well. If you're kind of thinking, what a lot of tosh, what a lot of rubbish, try this belief on for 30 days. And that's all I'm asking. Try this for 30 days in your business. And I know a lot of you kind of on just now will kind of swear by what I'm talking about actually works. I don't know if Maria Flynn, I know, will definitely attest to this. I didn't know if Amanda's in just now, but Amanda Foy kind of works with this kind of thing as well, and it truly works for Amanda as well. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to kind of visualize. You've got to state your desire in your mind. So I want to be a speaker at Social Media Examiner, or I want to practice the art of speaking in front of kind of large crowds, for example. So I'll try and be as specific as possible, but if you're just testing it out, you can be a little bit vague, but you still know exactly what the topic is about. So I want to speak in front of an audience and practice my speaking skills in front of an audience. So it could be something like that. So you're stating your desire either in your mind or in a journal, or if you've got a journal on your computer, for example, as well, you can do it there. So you're stating in your mind. And there's different modalities for doing this. So you can state it out loud, you can write it down, you can type it out on a computer, you visualize it, you can say it and you're hearing audio, hearing the audio as well, you can visualize it as well, as I said. So there's different modalities because we all work in different modalities. Some people find it better visualizing, some people better kind of listening to it and using affirmations and things like that as well. So it depends on what your modality is that you want to use. But I would try and use an example of all of them and try and get as many different modalities as possible into using this kind of technique. So that's the first stage, kind of saying it out loud and then in your mind, and then after that you start visualizing it. And when I say visualize, I mean see yourself on stage. What does it feel like walking up on the stage if it's for a speaker, for example? And what does it feel like walking up to stage? What does it feel like with the energy in the room? What does it feel like when people are standing up to clap for you speaking on stage? How do you feel? What is your energy all about as well? And really get into that visualization. It's not just a matter of kind of seeing yourself on stage and that's it. It's just a kind of tiny wee picture in your mind. Kind of really blow it up, put in Technicolor, put in 3D if you want to. Just visualize it as much as possible and get into the energy of it and the whole feeling of it as well, because this is what manifestation is all about as well. It's about feeling your way to your best kind of business. When we're talking about business, you can do it in your personal life as well, obviously. So really kind of get to visualize it as well. And then what to do is just kind of send it out there and trust that it's going to work. Trust the process. So when you've visualized it, you've got all the feelings, you've changed your energy around it as well, then magical things start to happen, as I say, because you've changed your energy, and that energy is kind of shooting off in all different directions out around the world, and then something is going to happen. Something's going to happen once you kind of let go and just say, okay, I've sent it out there, I trust that this is going to work. You trust the universe that it's going to work. You're going to get a message back probably within about 40 or 24 to 72 hours. You'll get a message back or a sign back, not a direct message from the universe. You'll get a sign back just to say, hey, we're listening to you. Here's a little something just to keep you going, just to prove we're listening to you as well. And without fail, it always works. I don't know how it works. I don't know why. I don't particularly want to know how it works. If it works, why question it? But obviously, me being me, I have started to question it and why things like that work. And I've still not come to any definitive conclusion yet. But I'm just so curious about how this all works. But you don't need to know how it works. Just trust the process, because it does actually work. So you get a message back, you get a sign back, you might get an email back, for example, just saying, do you want to speak at such and such, a local college or something. So it's just a wee sign just to say, okay, we're listening to you. Then after that, what you've got to do, you've got to get up off your arse. You've got to get up off your arse and start taking action. If you want to be a speaker, then you start looking around for possible speaking gigs at your local business bureau, for example, the local Chamber of Commerce. You start looking there as well. You start reaching out to people, or it could be even Facebook, for example, and just saying, listen, I'm thinking about doing speaking. Do you know anybody that's looking for a speaker? I'll do it for free just now until I get the practice up, and then you build up your skills. So you have to take action as well. And I think when a lot of people kind of read The Secret and stuff like that, they thought that they could sit on their arse, eat a bag of chips, watch the TV, visualize for a few minutes, and things would start to happen. It just doesn't work like that at all. What the visualization does, what the manifestation does, what the belief and the energy that you're creating does when you're kind of doing all the visualization, it gives you the impetus to take action. That's all it's doing. That's really what it's doing as well, and it changes that energy. but it gives you the motivation and the impetus to start taking action. And you only start taking action when you truly believe that something is going to happen. If you think about it, that's when you truly start to take action. Like, for example, if you wanted to write a book, but you didn't really believe you could write a book, you wouldn't take any action on it. But if you wanted to start your own online business for example, if you want to start your own online business, so you might then start to truly believe that you could start your own online business. You've been watching the YDFLive show, you've come over to myself and Maria Flynn's monthly kind of live training or something you've bought into, you've invested in that as well, $29 a month. If you've done something like that, it means you're starting to believe in yourself. And that's truly what it means. And because you're starting to believe in yourself, you're starting to take action on what you truly want to have in your life. So that's the next part as well. You need to start taking action. And you've got to have a commitment to keep going. So people who truly believe in themselves, and I mean truly, not just believe in themselves for a week or two and thinking, oh, this could possibly happen for me. But I mean, without question, they know it's going to happen, so they just keep on going. Whatever the hurdles, whatever happens, and they'll take the rolls with the punches as well. Whatever happens, they're committed to keep going. And that's when things start to happen for people. You never hear about a successful businessman who thought, okay, this could happen for me. Then 4 weeks down the line, they thought, oh, some hurdles come up, and they just stop. People are successful businessmen, the likes of Richard Branson, because they keep going, because they're tenacious, and because they truly believe in what they're doing. They keep on going, no matter what the hurdles are. And you've got to develop that mindset as well. And trust. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust the universe. I don't know if that's Maria Flynn saying. Maria, is that you're saying? Trust the universe, trust the process? I don't know if that's you're saying or not. I got it for somewhere. But I don't know where it is. So it might be Maria Flynn. So I might be totally plagiarising Maria Flynn's trust the universe, trust the process. Is that right? Just let me know, Maria, in a kind of wee comment. Yeah, so you've got to trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and trust the kind of universe that's going to work for you. Now, what I'm going to do, I don't know if you've got any questions around that. If you've got any questions, kind of Maria's going to get to me on Skype. Bear with me a wee second, I need a wee drink. I kind of get excited about this topic because nobody really talks about it, but it is a big part of my business, and I think it's a big part of a lot of people's business. Maria Flynn saying, a success trait of many successful entrepreneurs is scheduled time to simply think and daydream and create internally. I was reading about that the other day, actually, Maria. I can't remember who it was from, but they actually took time out just to do nothing, to sit and daydream, or to sit and read, or to sit and gather ideas and just kind of meditate almost. I can't remember who it was from. I'm from somewhere anyway. I need to try and remember. The comments are sticking, so just bear with me. I'm going up and down just now. Maria is saying, I thought you were a brilliant speaker in London. You have a depth and awareness and wealth of knowledge to share. Oh, thank you very much, Maria. And I'm still kind of hesitant. I know I've got my own event in Scotland, in Edinburgh this year, where we're doing YDF Scotland 2017. Got 7 speakers over. I'm going to be kind of one of the main speakers there as well. Obviously, it's my event. I have to speak there as well. Maria Flynn's going to be speaking at that event as well. So I cannot wait for that. That's really coming up. It doesn't feel like kind of a gig to me. It just feels like I'm going to be doing a kind of live show, and I'm going to be speaking, and there's no kind of issues in my mind about that at all. I'm not nervous or anything. I'm just really looking forward to it. But speaking on somebody else's stage, for me, it's a wee bit different, but I'll just change that, and I'll start to kind of change that belief as well. Leanne Marie's in the house. Hello to you, Leanne. Sorry about this. I've got a really tickly throat. I think my throat's dried up because of I was just getting so excited about this. Maria Flynn, it was a video I shared with you, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, the important time they scheduled to think. Right, I'm with you. Excellent. I'll just see. Delissa Sarime is saying, manifestation is my favourite topic. How do you deal with negativity when things are not showing up as you would like? The way I deal with negativity, I always ask myself the question, what has this got to teach me? So if you think about it, and this is going to sound weird as well, particularly from a business person, but I'm just going to be honest and share with this is kind of how I think. I think the world I've got round about me, everything, all the people I've got in my life, kind of the house I've got, the dog I've got, the business I've got, everything, everybody that's in my life just now, I believe I've manifested them. It's called subjective reality, whereby I believe I've kind of brought these people into my life. This is my world because I've created that world. I've created it. So when something negative happens to you, there's always a reason kind of behind it. Now, obviously, the big things, that's going to be a wee bit different. If something happens that's truly kind of life-changing in your life, you're not going to ask yourself that question, why has this happened? There must be a reason behind it, because you're just not in that state of mind, so you definitely don't ask that then. But then, when you look kind of back on it, say next year or the 2 years' time, and you look back on it, you always find that there's a reason why something has happened, that something has changed within you for when that thing can happen, whatever it is. I'm talking about the big things. The small things, you just ask yourself, well, I created that. Why has that happened? What has this got to teach me about kind of my business, about my life, about kind of whatever? And there's always a lesson to be learned from something that happens. So when you look at it from that point of view, you don't get into a down state. You don't get into a kind of depressed state about it, because you're always looking forward. You're always forward thinking. And it's always looking into the future, or kind of staying in the present as well, and asking, why has that happened? What's this got to teach me? And there's always a lesson from stuff like that to listen. So I hope that helps. Just see if there's any more questions here. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I've missed a few. A comment from Laisla Bonita. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing this. You're a very brilliant speaker. Oh, thank you, Laisla. So full of natural energy and with great wisdom to share. Thank you very much. And Lisa, you're another one I really appreciate turning up every day with your comments, your questions and everything else. So I really appreciate everybody coming on the YDF live show. And I love doing it. I love talking about stuff like this. And you may not agree with me on everything, but that's cool. I like people not agreeing with me, and we can have a conversation about it. So it's all good. A comment from Tiffany Reid. At first, I had a fear of Facebook Live. Now I know the magnitude and the manifestation it causes in my life. Thank you, Maria and Stephen. No more fear. I'm soaring like an eagle. I'm invested. Excellent. Love to hear that, Tiffany. Tiffany's been a long time viewer of the YDF show, and she's been on. She's asked loads of questions, everything, and she's just brilliant. And she's really kind of taken off now, which is fantastic to see as well. I'd love to see kind of some of the lives as well, Tiffany. Obviously, we've got a lot of members in the YDF kind of program, and I've not had a chance. I don't get a lot of time to catch them all, but I'd love to see your kind of show. But that's brilliant that you're doing it, Tiffany. Really chuffed for you. A comment from Leanne Marie. Yes, totally agree. That's why I've taken action into joining online programs. Brilliant. And I know you were there last night as well, Leanne, which is great to see. I'm really glad you enjoyed the webinar. I kind of messaged you this morning about that. So I'm really glad you enjoyed the live training with myself and Maria Flynn last night. And it's great that you're joining. And what you're doing is you're investing in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, that's when you start to kind of turn your beliefs around and start to truly believe in yourself as well. So it's great that you're investing in yourself. I love that, Leanne. A comment from Lorraine Emmett. This exact thing happened to me this morning and has really reinvigorated me. I've been flying through projects this morning. Excellent. Excellent. I'd love to hear the story, Lorraine. I'd love to hear that. A comment from Nellie Davis. I need to let go of the fear to take action. The only way to let go of fear is to face the fear head on and do it. That's the best advice I could give to anybody. If you've got a fear of something, you know, logically, you know it's in your head because you built it up in your mind and you've made it more fearful than what it is. And the only way to face that is to actually do the thing that you fear. So if you fear public speaking, for example, if you fear going on a Facebook Live show, the only thing to get over that, the only way to get over it is to do it. And you'll find it's nowhere near as bad as you thought it was going to be. It's only because you built it up so much in your mind and you've got all these connotations about it, you've got all these kind of things that you're saying to yourself about this kind of thing as well, and you're making it even more fearful than what it is. So just kick fear in the arse and just say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to face you, I'm going to do it, and just go for it. That's the best advice I could give on that, Nelly. A comment from Kimberly Ladon. You will do amazing, Stephen. Just learned of your YouTube page. Can't wait to watch those. Always enjoy yours and Maria's lives. Thank you very much, Kimberly. I really appreciate you saying that. The YouTube, I've not really kind of done anything with that. I've just been putting the videos on YouTube, but I've not really done anything with to grow the YouTube channel yet. But I'll do that further down the line. I'm still focused on Facebook and Instagram just now. But Facebook's in the mix as well, but I'm just putting things out there. So I'm glad you kind of discovered that as well. Leanne Marie, oh my God, I've done a video this morning ready to post on my group about using bad things in life to teach us. So asking, what is this teaching me? There you go. See, I love wee kind of signs like that as well. Signs like that just say you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. So I love wee signs like that as well. So that's brilliant, Leanne. Comments are sticking here, so I can't see anybody's comments in real time. No, I don't know why they're sticking. Right, one wee sec. See if we can get this up. Nah. The comments are sticking, unfortunately, so I can't get to any more comments, but I think our time's up anyway, to be honest. What are we on? We're about 30 minutes. Yeah, I think that's about 30 minutes just now. So I'm going to leave it there just now. Hopefully it's given you something to think about. And trust me, try this for 30 days. I know you're probably thinking, this is just about mental, talking about stuff like this when you're talking about business. Because business, people think it's all to do with logic. It's not. 70% of business is personal development. And a lot of that is to do with kind of manifestation, the law of attraction, spiritual kind of awareness, your own awareness, self-awareness as well. So think about it that way. 70% of business is personal development. It's all to do with mindset as well. And this stuff, it works. It just works. Don't know how it works, but it works. Try it for 30 days. Try that belief on for 30 days that you can manifest things in your business or in your personal life as well. Try it in your personal life. And don't go do anything small. Don't just say, okay, I'll just test this out. You don't want to ever test anything. Do it for real if you're ever going to do it. Try the belief on for 30 days. See what happens. And watch the signs coming back within 24 to 72 hours. And you're going to say, holy shit, this does work. And it really does. Obviously, it's a much bigger topic than I've given here. And I could do a whole kind of day. Just had a thought there, actually. But I'll leave that for later. I'll park that behind. I could do a whole day's talk on just kind of manifestation and business alone. But that's for another time. That might be for another talk. A live talk. Right, anyway, I'm talking to myself. I'm going to leave it there just now. Hopefully it's given you something to think about. If you like this video, share it with your friends and family. Share it with your enemies. Share it with people you don't like. Share it with people anybody that's interested in business. I would love for you to do that. And I'll put links down below for the links I've mentioned today. The live training that myself and Maria Flynn done last night was amazing. It was brilliant. It was brilliant, the people that turned up as well. We had it was great energy about it and great content as well. And you can get into that kind of program. It's only $29 a month to start that. If you're thinking about starting and growing your online business, then this is the perfect platform for you. Low risk, $29 a month. You can cancel whenever you want. You don't like it, you just come out. When you do love it, you'll just keep on going, or you'll graduate into the full YDF program. So looking forward to you seeing that as well. We'll share with you the kind of webinar we did about 5 steps for turning your passion into profit. Or turning profit into passion. No, passion into profit. So I'll put the links down below for that. But until then, have a brilliant day, whatever you're doing today. And namaste. Take care. Bye now.